in Congress 2 years ago, one of the concerns I had was that there was too much partisanship back there, that we needed to work together as Americans, not necessarily as Democrats and Republicans, to solve the problems that were before us. And since I was on the committees that were dealing primarily with this war on radical Islam, I tried to make it my purpose to reach out across the aisle to work with Democrats and Republicans. Next Friday, a week from Friday, the President will sign the Port Security Bill, the Safe Ports Bill, which I authored. I asked as my co-author Jane Harman, the ranking Republican on the Intelligence Committee. Excuse me, the ranking Democrat on the Intelligence Committee. We worked hard together to ensure that we could get a bipartisan approach. We got that passed out of committee 29-0, got it passed on the floor 421-2, got it passed in the Senate 98-0. That's bipartisanship. This morning, at 7:30 in the morning, I got a call from Senator Patty Murray, Democrat from the state of Washington, sometimes called a liberal. I asked her what she was calling me about. She said, "I just wanted to thank you for the leadership that you presented on that issue. It wouldn't have happened without you." That's the kind of thing I think we need more of in the House of Representatives. You can be strong. You can feel strongly about your positions, but you need to be able to reach across the aisle to work with members of the other party. You need to be able to walk across the rotunda and work with senators, Democrats and Republicans, for the good of this nation. That's what I've done in the past. That's what I did as Attorney General when we helped bring the crime rate down by over 30% during my 8 years in office and bring the homicide rate down by 50%. Didn't do it as Republicans or Democrats. We did it as Californians. I'm not in Congress representing you as a Democrat or a Republican. I'm there representing you as an American. Thank you.
Thank you.
You'll probably never find another race where there's a more striking difference between the two candidates. A career politician who's in lockstep with the Bush administration, despite what he says about bipartisanship, versus someone taking time off from career emergency medicine to run a purely grassroots campaign. Someone who never served in the military, but favors continuing the status quo in the war administration in Iraq, versus a decorated combat veteran of Vietnam who says we need to withdraw our troops now. Someone who says, you know, we may have to use some uncomfortable techniques to extract information out of people, versus someone who says, I am unequivocally opposed to torture of any person, anytime, any form. Again, you'll never have a clearer choice. If you're happy with the status quo and the bipartisanship, as my opponent perceives it, what that is achieving, including the tremendous budget deficit, including the disastrous war in Iraq, including all the scandal in Congress and the lack of checks and balances and the abuse of power by the Bush administration, then you should vote for my opponent. If you are not happy with the direction our country and our government is going in, then the choice is clear. People have asked me, you know, what if you lose? Well, if I lose, I go back to practicing emergency medicine, which is something I enjoy a great deal. On the other hand, if we lose together, I think the future of our country is in peril. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.